Okay, folks, I'm just gonna quickly. I apologize for the noise in the background with the cars going by, but it's pretty warm today on August 23, and it's nice not to just stew in your own juices for a change. So I apologize for the ambient background noise, but I need to be able to record this and be able to feel comfortable as well. So apologies in advance. The link to the Screen Rant article is in the description below, and it's of the Knight Rider, John Cena, and Kevin Hart eyed for a comedic movie reboot. I have a lot of problems with this already. Now, if this was going to be for a Saturday Night Live sketch where Kevin Hart was going to be a foul-mouthed talking version of Kit being comedic, then I would be fine with that because it's just a parody. It's just a comedy sketch. But here's the thing. Although there have been comedic moments within the history of Knight Rider, it's not the sole focus. It's just there just to take the edge off some otherwise too serious moments, and it's there just for a little bit of camaraderie between Michael and Kit, or Michael and Devon, or even Michael, Kit, Devon with Bonnie. So I'm just going to read some extracts. New information about the actors currently being targeted for a Knight Rider film reboot has been revealed. These days, in the pop culture landscape, everything that was old is new again, which there's a lot of truth to that, as studios look to revise some of their best-known properties for the next generation of viewers. One such brand that's looking to make a comeback in the 21st century is Knight Rider, a television program that was originally aired in 1982. Starring David Hasselhoff as Michael Knight, the series involved around the adventures the lone crime fighter had the assistance of his artificially intelligent car, Kit. Running for 4 seasons, the show found success and was nominated for a Primetime Emmy during its run. Fans may recall there have already been attempts to bring Knight Rider into the modern age. Back in 2008, a sequel television see, and here's the thing, people. Sequel. Continuation, not a reboot. Knight Rider SG in 2008 was a continuation, not a reboot. Get your facts straight. Aired on NBC, but only lasted for 1 season. Now, this is where I'm going to defend SG, because I know a lot of people dump over this series. Yeah, I get that it wasn't the Knight Rider that people remember growing up, but it wasn't trying to be the Knight Rider that people remembered growing up. It was trying to be its own thing and actually build on its own merits and not coast on the success of the predecessor. And here's the thing. This show never left the top 10 in the ratings for all 17 episodes, 18 if we include the SG pilot, otherwise known as Prometheus. And in its final episode, I Love the Nightlife, it came number 2 against American Idol. Think about that. Number 2 against American Idol, an American TV juggernaut. That's no easy feat to accomplish, so... And we know why it got cancelled. It's because Ben Silverman was replaced by an NBC chairwoman, whose name escapes me at the moment, which shows how important she is in the whole scheme of things. And she didn't like the show, and used the budget that was going to be for Season 2 and gave it to the American version of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Considering how that show is quite despised over in the UK, I question why an American market would want this contrived garbage. But hey, everyone's taste is different. Mine is obviously a little bit more different. And by different, I mean actually good. Because reality TV, folks, come on. I know I'm not the only one here, but we're sick of it. With the lone exception of Dragon's Den and Pimp My Ride, I pretty much hate reality TV shows because, and this is a real thing, when you come home from work, or you've been out with the guys and the girls for the evening, you don't want to turn on the TV and be reminded of reality because reality can be a very, very depressing place. We turn on the TV because we want escapism. We want to escape the putrid reminder that is reality and indulge in a little bit of sci-fi, fantasy, escapism. It's just allowing the mind to switch off and relax. You know, I think RVD said it best all these years ago. Why do I want to watch a reality show about some guy on a, some Joe Nothing Tuesday on a Monday morning eating his cornflakes when I could easily look in the mirror and watch myself eating a bowl of cornflakes? That's not entertaining. I know why networks do it, because it's cheap and some people eat it up. Well, those people obviously don't have good taste. Make of that what you will, and I'm on a tangent again. It's me being me. Anyway, in the years since, there have been speculation about a big screen version, including Chris Pratt and Danny McBride. Chris Pratt, I could see as being Michael Knight. He's got the physical look. He's definitely got the charisma to pull it off. Danny McBride, I know little to nothing about, so I'm not even going to comment on him. I don't go hating on people I don't know, folks. Learned that the hard way. And just last year, Star Trek Beyond director Justin Lin was looking to reboot Knight Rider as a digital web series on Machinima. None of these projects have gone off the ground, so now the Weinstein Company, and should be reminded, folks, this movie has been in developmental hell for about the better part of a decade, when this movie project was over at Revolution Studios in the early 2000s. But then when Hasselhoff and company sold the script of what they were going to do, where it was going to be a campy Starsky and Hutch thing where they were going to mute the car, and I don't want to be that guy, but if the car's not talking, it's not Knight Rider. It might as well be Spy Hunter. Now, that car has a sense of artificial intelligence, but it's not KITT. There's just little things. Knight Rider has a talking car that has a lot of charisma and a lot of personality. You take that away, it's something else. It's not Knight Rider. Anyway. Taking a stab at making their own Knight Rider film, and they are eyeing some big names for it. A source close to Screen Rant and some details about Weinstein's Knight Rider reboot, which is being conceived as a comedy, and this is where the warning signs are flying up already, in the vein of Phil Lord's and Chris Miller's 21 Jump Street. And I've never seen 21 Jump Street, but from what I understand, it's well received and what have you, and it's supposed to be sharing a cinematic universe with Men in Black and Ghostbusters. And we're moving on. For the role of Knight, the studio is hoping to get WWE star John Cena, while omnipresent Kevin Hart is possibly seen as a possibility for the voice of KITT. Now, here's the thing. This is no secret. People know I've been a WWE fan for years. Probably more of their product, say, circa 2005 to 2011, with the Summer of Punk in 2011. That was awesome. Punk was awesome. Whilst everything has been mediocre and just eating big bowls of crap ever since. Cena as an actor, he's okay. He's nothing particularly special. The guy can do charisma as and when he needs to. But for the role of Michael Knight, he's got to have that sense of seriousness when the situation's called for it, and the guy has to have a lot of wit and charisma, and David made Michael Knight his own for the 4 seasons that he was as Michael, and whenever he appeared in subsequent cameo roles and TV movies. Cena is not Michael Knight. I'm sorry, folks. It's just not going to happen. Ideally, a Michael Knight of this modern day, I would give it to Chris Pratt, because that is the type of template of an actor that's able to have the wit and the necessary seriousness where need be. That would be the go-to guy. Or go one better. Do as they did some 35 years ago and cast an unknown to play the role of Michael, because then that actor has got no affiliations or liaisons of whatever roles they have done before, and they can put that role into their own. in the same context how Christopher Reeve made the role of Superman his own, because he was little to unknown at that particular point, and he was perfect as the Man of Steel. As for Kevin Hart as Kit, geez Louise, where do I start with this? Now, for the record, I'm gonna go on here and say, I like Kevin Hart. The guy's got a lot of wit, a lot of heart, no pun intended. The guy has a lot of energy in his acting roles and his stand-up comedy routines. The guy has talent. He's not Kit. The whole point of Kit, he's meant to be the contrast to Michael Knight. Whereas Michael is fire, passion, shoot first, ask questions later. Kit is a very logical, reserved, and very, passive personality that likes to do things in a calm and controlled manner. This is where it's kind of like the night and day. Whereas Michael, like I say, is the very brash and get on with it. Kit's like, oh, wait. Let's take a few steps back and actually think about this for a second. Kevin Hart cannot do the role of Kit justice. William Daniels, and to some extent Val Kilmer, they're the ideal. Well, I don't know why people hate on Val Kilmer, even after all these years when he played the Kit Stang. Here's the thing. They said that he's monotone in the beginning and didn't have much personality. If you recall from Night of the Phoenix and possibly the first quarter of season 1 of the original Knight Rider, Kit was still growing as a character, and Daniels was still slipping into the role. By the time it got to the end of season 1 and season 2, Daniels had it nailed, and Kit had a much more charismatic personality because he was less childlike, and he was actually able to interact with Michael as if he was his best friend, because that's what Michael and Kit were. They were best friends come the end of it. And Hart is the wrong choice for Kit. That's it. Like I say, I like Kevin Hart. He's a good actor, he's a good comedian, but he is not the voice of the Night Industries 2000. Ideally, if you really wanted to get somebody brand new that is able to convey the snarkiness and the wisdom and the logical aspects that Daniels has had, get Eric Loomis. He's the one who voiced Tony Stark and Iron Man in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes and in the upcoming Marvel vs. Capcom game that's across all consoles. I don't say platforms because a platform is a gaming genre, not a console. That's a mini tangent with me over. What more? It's important to note that neither has been officially cast, and judging that this is just going to be a rumor, I doubt it will, and the Weinstein Company is simply interested in getting them on board. If nothing else, gives the fans the idea of tone and the tone this studio is looking for, combining Cena's tough guy action hero with Hart's sense of humor. Jeez Louise. I could go reading on even further, but I'm just going to put it down to this. Unless you hear it from The Hollywood Reporter or Variety, dismiss this as a rumor and take it with the tiniest pinch of salt. Because all Screen Rant are doing is just going off rumors. I've been naive enough to fall for clickbait stories before, which is basically what this thing is. Until you hear from an official source, treat this as it is. It's just a rumor, and rumors are just that. They're just rumors. What I would like to see from a Knight Rider reboot, particularly in a cinematic sense, I would like to see something that complements what was done with the original TV series, but it updates itself enough to where you can buy into it for a modern age. Best example if you look at 2009's J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, where Trekkers, and I have to point this out as well, folks, it's not Trekkies. Trekkers hate that. Where Trekkers and casual fans could come in and go, this is alright, I can enjoy this. And I think that's what needs to happen for any potential Knight Rider movie reboot, is to be able to meet people halfway. To one where the first and foremost you're catering and satisfying the original audience that could come in and go, yeah, this is Knight Rider for a new age, and you can have the Joe Wednesdays come in and go, this is alright, I'm gonna invest my $650 on this. That's what needs to happen. But yeah, long story short, anything that you see come up, unless it's from Variety or The Hollywood Reporter, dismiss this with no hesitation, because all this is clickbait. Until then, folks, good night from the night.